What's up, y'all? How are y'all doing? I got a little rant here. You know, I walk out the door this morning to go to the gym, and I'm turned around to lock my door, and I look down on the floor there on the porch, you know, just scoping out my porch, and I see a couple of baggies flying around. So I pick them up, and I take a good look at them, and I notice that the corners of these bags are ripped off. And you know, anybody that's ever sold drugs, bought drugs, or even works in the law enforcement knows what a plastic baggie with the corners ripped off means. You know, it's just evidence that there's somebody in the neighborhood bagging up drugs and ripping off the corners and selling it. You know, and I'm pissed. You know, I'm like, this stuff's flying around on my front porch. You know, over the past few months, I've noticed my neighbor, a couple of houses down, has had traffic all day, every day. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning to go to the gym. He's got cars there. I come back from the gym at 7. He's got different cars there. I go to work at 8. I walk out the door to go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. He's got a different car there, you know. So it's been evident that he's up there selling drugs. You know, the cameras around that are obvious. You know, it's evident. You know, so I've just been cruising by, minding my own business. But today I walk out the door and find his trash flying around in my front porch. You know what I mean? It'd be alright if it was a beer can or a McDonald's hamburger wrapper, you know, something like that. But this is his trash from selling dope, you know. And anybody knows me that before I went to prison, man, I used to be that guy, you know. And I used to be the guy living on the block with the hot house that had people coming and going selling dope, you know, thinking that I was living a good life, you know, slanging dope and coming up and trying to take over the world. And you know, I feel sorry for my neighbors now. You know, I'm just like, that made me snap this morning, like, hey man, you did this to your neighbors, you know. And I was upset. I wanted to go knock on this man's door and just be like, hey man, you're starting to get sloppy, dude. You know what happens when you get sloppy, you know, you're going to get caught slipping, you're going to get popped, you know. That's just how it works, you know. And I wanted to just go over there and confront the man and be like, hey dude, pick up your trash, pick up after yourself, you know. We don't want to see this stuff flying around the neighborhood. And you know, but I just shook it off, and I went to the gym, and I started thinking. I was like, man, you know what, that used to be me, you know. And the Holy Spirit prompted me, don't be ugly, don't judge your neighbor, don't be bitter, you know. Of course, it's not right for him to let his paraphernalia and trash fly around the neighborhood, but definitely do not call the cops on the man. And I'm like, really, Lord? Come on, you know, he's putting me at risk, my neighbors at risk, you know. And then the Holy Spirit just told me, like, hey dude, that used to be you. You used to do that to your neighbors. So if anything, you need to reach out to that man. Love that man as you love me. Love your neighbor. Pray for your neighbor. And I'm like, okay, God, I'm going to be obedient to your word. You know, easier said than done. So I come home from the gym, and I'm looking around to see where this trash might have flown from. So I look down near the alley behind my house, and there's a pile of trash out there. So I go over there and look at it, and sure enough, there's more baggies with more paraphernalia. And these ones ain't clean baggies. These are dirty baggies. You can see the residue on them. You can see all kinds of nasty stuff, letters and notes, you know what I mean? Condom wrappers, and you know, I'm just like, come on, Lord, you know? So, I walk inside, I'm a little upset, you know, still, and I'm like, Lord, what do I do? So, I felt prompted to go out there and pick it up, you know, and sure enough, I go out there and pick it up, and he comes outside, and he sees me out there picking up the trash, and I just feel a tension, you know? And I'm not trying to stir nothing up, I'm just trying to be the good neighbor, looking out for the neighborhood, pick up the trash, you know? And, I'm going to continue praying for that man, no matter how upset you get with your neighbor, how wrong they are. You know what? Love your neighbor. Pray for them. Reach out to them. Don't judge them, you know. They're lost. But make sure you feed them Christ any chance you get.